It isn't right, Ma'am. You're wearing yourself out. The maid and the cook have gone looking for berries. Everything that breathes is enjoying life. Even the cat knows how to be happy. Slips around the courtyard catching birds. But you hide yourself here in the house as though you were in a cloister. Yes, truly, by actual reckoning, you haven't left this house for over a year.
And I shall never leave it. Why should I? My life is over. He lies in his grave, and I have buried myself within these four walls. We are both dead.
There you are again. It's too awful to listen to, so it is. Nikolai Mikhailovich is dead. It was the will of the Lord, and the Lord has given him eternal peace. You've grieved over it, and that ought to be enough. Now it's time to stop. One can't weep and wear mourning forever. My wife died a few years ago. I grieved for her. I wept a whole month, and then it was over. Must one be forever singing lamentations? That would be more than your husband was worth. Ah, you've forgotten all your neighbours. You don't go out and you receive no one. We live, you'll pardon me, like the spiders, and the light of day we never see. All the livery is eaten by the mice. It's as though there weren't any more nice people in the world. But the whole neighbourhood is full of gentlefolk.
Please, don't speak of these things again. You know very well that since the death of Nikolai Mikhailovich, my life is absolutely nothing to me. You think I live, but it only seems so. Do you understand? Oh, that his departed soul may see how I love him. I know it's no secret to you. He was often unjust to me, cruel, and he wasn't faithful. But I shall be faithful to the grave and prove to him how I can love. There in the beyond he'll find me the same as I was until his death.
What is the use of all these words when you'd so much rather go walking in the garden or order Tobby or Wellican harness to the trap and visit the neighbours?
Oh.
Madam, dear madam, what is it in heaven's name?
He loved Tobby so. He always drove him to the course against all the Vlasovs. What a wonderful horseman he was. How fine he looked when he pulled at the reins with all his might. Oh, Tobby. Tobby. Give him an extra measure of oats today.
Yes, ma'am.
What's that? I am at home to no one.
Yes, ma'am.
You shall see, Nikolai, how I can love and forgive. My love will die only with me, when my poor heart stops beating. And aren't you ashamed? I have been a good, true wife. I have imprisoned myself, and I shall remain true until death. And you're not ashamed of yourself, my dear monster. You quarrelled with me, left me alone for weeks.
Oh, Mom, someone's asking for you. Insists on seeing you.
You told him that since my husband's death I received no one?
I said so, but he won't listen. He says it's a pressing matter.
I receive no one.
I told him that, but he's a wild man. He swore and pushed himself into the room. He's in the dining room now.
Good. Show him in. The impudent. What a bore people are. What can they want with me? Why do they disturb my peace? Yes, it is clear I must enter a convent.
No, sir, don't push. It's all
Fool,
right.
you make too much noise. You're an ass. Madam, I have the honour to introduce myself. Lieutenant in the artillery, retired country gentleman, Grigory Stepanovitch Smirnov. I am compelled to bother you about an exceedingly important matter.
What is it you wish?
Your deceased husband, with whom I had the honour to be acquainted, left me 2 notes amounting to about 1,200 roubles. Inasmuch as I have to pay the interest tomorrow on a loan from the Agrarian Bank, I should like to request, madam, that you pay me the money today.
1,200? And for what was my husband indebted to you?
He bought oats from me.
Don't forget to give Tobby an extra measure of oats. If Nikolai Mikhailovich is indebted to you, I shall, of course, pay you, but I'm sorry I haven't the money today. Tomorrow my manager will return from the city and I shall notify him to pay you what is due you, but until then I cannot satisfy your request. Furthermore, today is just 7 months since the death of my husband, and I am not in the mood to discuss money matters.
And I am in the mood to fly up the chimney with my feet in the air. If I can't lay hands on that interest tomorrow, they'll seize my estate.
Day after tomorrow you will receive the money.
I don't need the money day after tomorrow. I need it today.
Well, I'm sorry, I can't pay you today.
And I can't wait until the day after tomorrow.
But what can I do if I haven't it?
So you can't pay?
I cannot.
Is that your last word?
My last.
Absolutely?
Absolutely.
Oh, thank you. And they expect me to stand for all that. You know, the toll gatherer just now met me in the road and asked why I was always worrying. Why in heaven's name shouldn't I worry? I need money. I feel the knife at my throat. Yesterday morning I left my house in the early dawn and called on all my debtors. If even one of them had paid his debt, I worked the skin off my fingers. And now, at last, I come here, 70 versts from home, hope for a little money, and all you give me is moods. Why shouldn't I worry?
I thought I made it plain to you that my manager will return from town, and then you will get your money.
I did not come to see the manager. I came to see you. What the devil? Pardon my language. Do I care for your manager?
Really, sir, I am not used to such language or such manners. I shan't listen to you any further.
What can one say to that? Moods! 7 months since her husband died. Do I have to pay the interest or not? Now tell me, what am I to do? Shall I run away from my creditors in a balloon? Or knock my head against a stone wall? If I call on Grustev, he chooses to be not at home. Erostovich has simply hidden himself. I have quarrelled with Curzon and came near throwing him out of the window. Masutov is ill and this woman has moods. Not one of them will pay up. And all because I've spoiled them. Because I'm an old whiner dish-rag. I'm too tender-hearted with them. But wait. I allow nobody to play tricks with me. The devil with them all. I'll stay here and not budge until she pays. How angry I am. How bloody angry I am. Every tendon is trembling with anger. And I can hardly breathe. I'm even growing ill. Servant!
What is it you wish?
Bring me kvass or water. Well, what can we do? She hasn't the money on hand. And what sort of logic is that? A fellow stands with the knife at his throat. He needs money. He is on the point of hanging himself, and she won't pay because she isn't in the mood to discuss money matters. Women's logic. That's why I never like to talk to women, and why I dislike doing it now. I would rather sit on a hand grenade than talk with a woman. I'm getting cold as ice. This affair has made me so vexed. I need only see such a romantic creature from a distance to get so angry that I have cramps in my calves. It's enough to make one yell for help.
Madam is ill and is not receiving.
March! Ill and isn't receiving. All right. It isn't necessary. I won't receive either. I'll sit here and stay until you bring that money. If you're ill a week, I'll sit here a week. If you're ill a year, I'll sit here a year. As heaven is my witness, I'll get the money. You don't disturb me with your mourning, or with your dimples. And we know these dimples. It's unbearable heat. No money. Didn't sleep last night, and now mourning dresses with moods. My head aches. Perhaps I ought to have a drink. Yes, I must have a drink. Servant!
What do you wish?
Something to drink! Oh, I'm a fine figure. No use denying that. Dust, dirty boots, unwashed, uncombed, straw on my vest. The lady probably took me for a highwayman. It was a little impolite to come into a reception room with such clothes. Oh well, no harm done. I'm not here as a guest, I'm a creditor, and there is no special costume for creditors. Lord, how angry I am! I'm angry enough to throw mud at the whole world. I feel so bloody ill.
Sir, in my solitude I have become unaccustomed to the human voice, and I cannot stand the sound of loud talking. I beg you, please, to cease disturbing my rest.
Pay me my money and I'll leave.
I told you once, plainly, in your native tongue, that I haven't the money at hand. Wait until day after tomorrow.
And I also had the honour of informing you in your native tongue that I need the money, not the day after tomorrow, but today. Now, if you don't pay me today, I shall have to hang myself tomorrow.
But what can I do if I haven't the money?
So, you're not going to pay me immediately? You're not?
I cannot.
Then I'll sit here until I get the money. You will pay the day after tomorrow? Excellent! Here I stay until the day after tomorrow. I ask you, do I have to pay that interest tomorrow or not? Or do you think I'm joking?
Sir, I beg of you, don't scream. This is not a stable.
I'm not talking about stables. I'm asking you whether I have to pay that interest tomorrow or not.
Oh, you have no idea how to treat a lady.
Oh, yes, I have.
No, you have not. You are an ill-bred, vulgar person. Respectable people don't speak so to ladies.
How remarkable. Well, how do you want one to speak to you? In French, perhaps? Madame, je vous prie. Pardon me for having disturbed you. What beautiful weather we are having today, and how this morning becomes you.
Not at all funny. I think it vulgar.
Not at all funny. I think it vulgar. I don't understand how to behave in the company of ladies. Madam, in the course of my life I have seen more women than you have sparrows. 3 times have I fought duels for women. 12 I jilted, and 9 jilted me. There was a time when I played the fool, used honeyed language, bowed and scraped. I loved, suffered, sighed to the moon, melted in love's torments. I loved passionately. I loved to madness, loved in every key, chattered like a magpie on emancipation, sacrificed half my fortune in the tender passion. Until now the devil knows I've had enough of it. Your obedient servant will let you lead him around by the nose no more. Enough! Black eyes, passionate eyes, coral lips, dimples in cheeks, moonlight whispers, soft, modest sights. For all that, madam, I wouldn't pay a kopeck. I'm not speaking of present company, but of women in general. From the tiniest to the greatest, they are conceited, hypocritical, chattering, odious, deceitful from top to toe, vain, petty, cruel, with a maddening logic, and, in this respect, please excuse my frankness, but 1 sparrow is worth 10 of the aforementioned petticoat philosophers. When one sees one of the romantic creatures before him, he imagines he is looking at some holy being so wonderful that its one breath could dissolve him in a sea of 1,000 charms and delights. But if one looks into the soul, it's nothing but a common crocodile. But the worst of all is that this crocodile imagines it is a masterpiece of creation, and that it has a monopoly on all the tender passions. May the devil hang me upside down if there is anything to love about a woman. When she is in love, all she knows is how to complain and shed tears. If the man suffers and makes sacrifices, she swings her train about and tries to lead him by the nose. You have the misfortune to be a woman, and naturally you know woman's nature. Tell me, on your honour, have you ever in your life seen a woman who was really true and faithful? Never! Only the old and the deformed are true and faithful. But it's easier to find a cat with horns or a white woodcock than a faithful woman.
But allow me to ask, who is true and faithful in love? The man, perhaps?
Yes, indeed, the man.
The man! The man true and faithful in love. Well, that is something new. How can you make such a statement? Men, true and faithful. Well, so long as we have gone thus far, I may as well say that of all the men I have known, my husband was the best. I loved him passionately, with all my soul, as only a young, sensible woman may love. I gave him my youth, my happiness, my fortune, my life. I worshipped him like a heathen. And what happened? This best of men betrayed me in every possible way. After his death, I found his desk filled with love letters. While he was alive, he left me alone for months. It is horrible even to think about it. He made love to other women in my very presence. He wasted my money and made fun of my feelings. And in spite of everything, I trusted him and was true to him. And more than that, he is dead and I am still true to him. I have buried myself within these four walls and I shall wear this mourning to my grave.
Mourning? Mourning? What on earth do you take me for? As if I didn't know why you wore this black domino and why you buried yourself within these four walls. Such a secret. So romantic. Some knight will pass the castle, gaze up at the windows and think to himself, "Here dwells the mysterious Tamara who, for love of a husband, has buried herself within four walls." Oh, I understand the art.
What? What do you mean by saying such things to me?
You have buried yourself alive, but meanwhile, you haven't forgotten to powder your nose.
How dare you speak so?
Don't scream at me, please. I'm not the manager. Allow me to call things by their right names. I am not a woman, and I am accustomed to speak out what I think. So please don't scream.
I am not screaming. It is you who are screaming. Oh, please leave me, I beg you.
Pay me my money and I will leave.
I won't give you the money.
You won't. You won't give me my money.
I don't care what you do. You won't get a kopeck. Leave me.
As I haven't had the pleasure of being either your husband or your fiancé, please don't make a scene. I can't stand it.
You're going to sit down.
I already have.
Kindly leave the house.
Give me the money.
I don't care to speak with impudent men. Leave. You aren't going?
No.
No?
No.
Very well. Luka, show the gentleman out.
Sir, why don't you leave when you're ordered? What do you want?
Whom do you think you are talking to? I'll grind you to powder.
Good Lord. I'm ill. I can't breathe.
Oh, where is Dasher? Dasher! Pelagic! Dasher!
They're all gone. I'm ill. Water.
Leave. Get out.
Kindly be a little more polite.
Oh, you are vulgar. You're a boor, a monster.
What did you say?
I said you were a boor, a monster.
Permit me to ask what right you have to insult me.
Oh, what of it? Do you think I am afraid of you?
And you think that because you are a romantic creature, you can insult me without being punished. I challenge you.
Merciful heaven. Water.
We'll have a duel.
Do you think because you have big fists and a steer's neck I am afraid of you?
I allow no one to insult me. And I make no exception because you are a woman. One of the weaker sex.
Boor! Boor! Boor!
It is high time to do away with the old superstition that it is only the man who is forced to give satisfaction. If there is equity at all, let there be equity in all things. There's a limit.
Oh, you wish to fight a duel? Very well.
Immediately.
Immediately. My husband had pistols. I'll bring them. Oh, what a pleasure it will be to put a bullet in your impudent head. The devil take you.
I'll shoot her down. I'm no fledgling, no sentimental young puppy. For me, there is no weaker sex.
Oh, sir, have mercy on me, an old man, and go away. You frightened me to death already, and now you want to fight a duel.
A duel. That's equity emancipation. That way the sexes are made equal. I'll shoot her down as a matter of principle. What can a person say to such a woman? The devil take you. I'll put a bullet in your impudent head. What can one say to that? She was angry. Her eyes blazed. She accepted the challenge. On my honour, it's the first time in my life that I ever saw such a woman.
Oh, sir, go away. Go away.
That is a woman. That is a woman. I can understand her. A real woman. No shilly-shallying, but fire, powder, and noise. It would be a pity to shoot a woman like that.
Oh, sir, go away.
Here are the pistols. But before we have our duel, please show me how to shoot. I've never had a pistol in my hand before.
Good God, be merciful and have pity upon us. I'll go and get the gardener and the coachman. Why has this horror come to us?
You see, there are different kinds. There are special dueling pistols with cap and ball, but these are revolvers, Smith & Wesson, with ejectors. Fine pistols. A pair like that costs at least 90 rubles. This is the way to hold a revolver. Those eyes. A real woman.
Like this?
Yes, that way. Then you pull the hammer back. So. Then you aim. Put your head back a little. Just stretch your arm out, please. So, then press your finger on the thing like that. And that is all. The chief thing is this. Don't get excited. Don't hurry your aim. And take care that your hand doesn't tremble.
It isn't well to shoot inside. Let's go into the garden.
Yes. I tell you now, I am going to shoot into the air.
That is too much. Why?
Because that's my business.
You were afraid. Yes. No, my dear sir, no flinching. Please follow me. I won't rest until I've put a hole in that head I hate so much. Are you afraid?
Yes, I'm afraid.
You're lying. Why won't you fight?
Because I like you.
You like me? He dares to say that he likes me. Go!
Look, listen, are you still angry? I was mad as the devil, but please understand me. How can I express myself? The thing is like this. Such things are... Oh! Now, is it my fault that you owe me money? Oh! The devil knows what breakable furniture you have! I like you, do you understand? I'm almost in love.
Leave! I hate you!
Lord, what a woman. I never in my life met one like her. I'm lost. Ruined. I've been caught like a mouse in a trap.
Go, or I'll shoot.
Or shoot! You have no idea what happiness it would be to die in sight of those beautiful eyes. To die from the revolver in this little velvet hand. I'm mad. Consider it and decide immediately. For if I go now, we shall never see each other again. Decide. Speak. Look, I am a noble, a respectable man. I have an income of 10,000. Can shoot a coin thrown into the air. I own some fine horses. Will you be my wife?
I'll shoot.
My mind is not clear. I can't understand. Servant! Water! I have fallen in love like any young man. I love you. I love you as I have never loved before. 12 women I jilted, 9 jilted me, but not one of them. All have I loved as I love you. I am conquered, lost. I lie at your feet like a fool and beg for your hand. Shame and disgrace. For 5 years I haven't been in love. I thanked the Lord for it, and now I am caught like a carriage tongue in another carriage. I beg for your hand. Yes or no, will you?
Wait a minute.
Well?
Nothing. You may go, but wait a moment. No. Go on. I hate you. Oh, no, don't go. Oh, if you knew how angry I was, how angry. My finger is swollen from this thing. What are you standing there for? Get out!
Oh, farewell!
Yes, go! Why are you going? Wait, no, go! Oh, how angry I am. Don't come too near. Don't come too near. Come no nearer.
How angry I am with myself. Fall in love like a schoolboy. Throw myself on my knees. I've got a chill. I love you. Oh, this is fine. All I needed was to fall in love. Tomorrow I have to pay my interest. The hay harvest has begun, and then you appear. I can never forgive myself.
Go away. Take your hands off me. I hate you. This is...
This way, quick.
Where the hell is he?
Papa,
They've
I
got
don't
pistols.
like
I'll
violence.
trash the bastard to within an inch of...
No, you can't. Oh, madam.
Merciful heavens.
Tell them in the stable that Toby isn't to have any oats.